Hi, I'm going to attempt to do a double live here. We'll see how it works. I am attempting to do a Loom recorded video at the same time that I'm doing a Facebook Live to my group. It looks like it's working as long as I don't create the infinite loop. So good morning. Hi, Melissa Storm here, and I just launched a new Kickstarter for my next course and guidebook combo on running ads to Kindle Unlimited. So we're going to be doing backlist revivals and book launches. I have two case studies for each, and they're not even my own books. It's the authors who signed up for those tiers, and we have a really cool mix of hockey romance, cozy mystery, urban fantasy, and historical fiction. So I know a lot of authors feel like too many of the courses focus only on one genre. Not this one. we are going to go deep into lots of things and teach you not just what buttons to push, but how to think about ads. And that is the subject of today's mini lesson. How do you target like it's 2026? Because a lot of authors are still trying to target like it's 2020. And this was one of the requested topics on my Kickstarter updates. If you please back the campaign, if you're not ready to back it, please follow it. You will get to vote in the polls, leave comments, suggest topics. I do live videos and added content as prizes as we hit higher and higher backer counts. So we've already unlocked the first two stretch goals. You can see here, boop, we're at 20,499 funded so far with 107 backers, and we funded in 2 minutes, which was insane and made me so happy. So thank you guys for showing up, and hopefully I won't miss it if somebody leaves a comment, but we will see. I've been dormant in the group for a while because of life, but I'm back with a vengeance. So let's talk about targeting. So right now I'm in my actual dashboard where I am doing ads for the Kickstarter that this video is for, because I love Inception type moments. So far, since I launched on Friday, I've gotten 38 backers through my ads for a ROAS of 10. Now, it's not currently showing, but it is a ROAS of 10. I just did an hour-long video for my course on this. And if you haven't done the add-on of the Kickstarter course, I do recommend that. It's an extra $100, and this course is insane. The amount of content, like I will show you guys. The amount of content. So it was supposed to be 6 videos. It is a lot more than 6 videos. I'll just show you. Because I love what I do. I love teaching. So we have 4 here, and these are generally pretty long. The living guidebook is because I didn't want to just write a book that I knew would change a lot. So I am putting up lessons that have the videos kind of broken down like this, and then I'm going to edit and revise the entire thing at the end of the course and then deliver the book separately. So right now it lives here, but you can see a lot going on there. The tech foundation, where like these are big videos. Most of them are about an hour long. And each video has the takeaways under it, and then you can download the full transcript as well. How to set up your account, creative deep dive, 4 lessons in there, targeting mastery, pre-launch strategy, where I pre-launch this campaign and let them watch all of my decisions and adjustments. Right now we're doing the live campaign unit. We did case studies on my previous Kickstarters, and we have live events and replays. So this isn't even close to done. This is how big the current course is going to be. So you can see how it's set up, kind of a little bit behind the scenes, and why it's awesome. So thank you for watching this and hopefully backing. But if you don't back, no hard feelings. I'm just seeing if I have any comments. I have 1 eyeball, so good enough for me. Okay, so how do we target like it's 2026? I'm going to show you my exact campaign, and this morning for the course I just set up a second campaign to horizontally scale. That's advanced tips for later. I know one of my backers was asking about how to scale, and a quick response to that. I'm known for my golden tangents, so my teaching style, I do tend to stay on topic, but if I think of something helpful, I'll quickly divert share, usually this is my highest level information, and then go back to the main topic. So if you have ADHD, you're going to love my teaching style, because I do as well. So for scaling, Meta generally doesn't want you to add more than 20% to your budget every 3 days, or you'll go back into Learning Limited and re-enter the auction. Even with that level and that slow scale, like let's say you started at $10, you can add $2 after 3 days, and then you can add $2.50, and it's just very, very slow. So horizontal scaling is just like, F it, let's do a new campaign. So you can see that I'm spending $200 a day on my initial campaign, and to horizontally scale, I made a second campaign at $200 so that we're not hurting my 10x ROAS, return on ad spend campaign, and we're going to see how high we can take it. So that's the answer for scaling. The quick answer, there'll be like whole videos dedicated to this in the full course. But in terms of how do we target, let's take a look. So this is my campaign here. We're going to go into ad sets. So I like to make sure everything's named so I know what it is. I see a lot of authors just do whatever Facebook default calls it, like US women 18 plus. It's much nicer if you know what it is at a glance. So I have 2 audiences set up inside this campaign. One is my warm audience, and this is where the money is happening right now. This is a much smaller audience because these are people who have already visited my website, bought from me, emailed me, engaged with my content. This is not an infinite list the way a cold target audience would be, which is why I have 2. And inside here, we have you can see we've got my customer list, we've got my past Kickstarters, all of my pixels, and we have no page engagement audience because I'm doing this under Melissa Storm, which is also a fiction name, even though I haven't written under it for like 7 years at this point. Still technically a fiction name, so I don't want to use the engagement in that case. So I'm really relying heavily on my customer lists and pixels. And then I have all ages, all genders, all demographics, because this is my warm audience. But one thing I have layered on top, and I think if you visit my YouTube, I do have a video on advertising settings. It's gotten even more advanced since then, so there'll be more lessons on it. And if you want a mini lesson on deep diving advertising settings and what I call optimized demographic rule stacks, that would be a great mini lesson topic. Just request it. So here we have author services, demographics, rules. And what I've done is I've broken down, what's the cost for each age group, each gender, each country, each placement on social media, and then I determine how much I want to bid. So for each of these, I have 4 different layers of controlling my bids, and that's actually the main way you're going to target in this tab. So there's a separate advertising settings tab. You can use breakdowns. This is super advanced. This is not mini lesson. This is like some of the more advanced content that's going to be in the course. But if you guys request it, I can try to find a way to keep it within the mini lesson size to get you started now. Just, again, let me know. But I'm down bidding min. I'm down bidding 18 to 34 demographic. I'm down bidding, oh, here we go. It's behind my face. So let's look at the modified demographic stack. Please pop up. Okay. I do not want to. Oh, Facebook. Okay. So I'm down bidding non-US English speaking countries because the markets are smaller. Australia is some of my most fervent supporters. Thank you, Australia. I love you very much. But Australia is small compared to the US. So I'm down bidding these other countries so that I don't burn through them, because otherwise what happens is I'll get backers at like $5. Like I'll get $5 backers at Australia. And then it will become like over $100, putting me into negative ROI since the item is a $100 pledge because there's nobody else to get. So by down bidding, I'm letting it spend more on the US where there's more people to draw from. You can see that I've downbid 18 to 24 and 25 to 34. I've downbid min, and you can see the amount. And then the placements I've downbid are Facebook Stories, Reels, Instagram Feed, and Audience Network, based on doing breakdowns and seeing which placements are actually converting for me. If you're doing traffic ads, because these are sales ads and the course will be about traffic ads or Kickstarter, or Kindle Unlimited, and the course will work if you're wide translations. It's going to deep dive traffic ads in particular, so retailers where you don't have a pixel installed. But because this is based on what students request, yeah, there might be a bonus video on Shopify. So don't worry that it won't apply to you, even if you're not in Kindle Unlimited. Even if you are only direct, it's still going to apply because it's best practices and how to think about ads now. So that is my rule stack. That is the targeting there. I also have my cold audience, same rule stack applied. And here I have a little bit more. So I didn't have to adjust age or gender because my rule stack is handling that. So under detailed interest targeting, self-publishing is a great way to get authors, indie authors. So I have self-publishing and then must also match, which means I hit define further. And I have Kickstarter and Kindle because we're doing Kindle Unlimited as the topic and Kickstarter as the platform. So that's the audience. It's pretty big. I think it's like 25,000. It's not showing me, but it's about 25 million people. So if your audience is really niche down, like a lot of authors, that's kind of the intent behind the question I got is I don't even know who to target anymore. It's not who. It's how. It's how do you target now? So I'm hitting really broad, big audiences. For a while, I was recommending 5 to 10 million as the sweet spot, and now I kind of like 25 million. I have my warm audience in there too, which is like maybe a couple 100,000 people. So it's much smaller. But by having them together, I let Meta choose where the money is going. So right now, early in my launch, the warm audience is ripe, but it's going to get burned out. The same way Australia gets burned out is lots of early support, but then there aren't more people. So that's why you need the cold audience too, and you want it fairly big. Another tactic I do is I start like a little bit on the smaller side and I build out like this as I go and as I scale and have to keep getting broader and broader. So that is everything in the ad set tab. The rest of the targeting is happening. Ooh, I don't want to accidentally publish any changes I accidentally made. So the rest of what's happening, we'll look at the campaign I just set up because, well, we'll look at the one that's been running for a while. So we'll look at this warm audience. And inside I have 2 ads and each have led to 14 conversions since this started going Friday. And I'm calling them multi-ads. So this is released within the last couple of weeks. Not every dashboard has it yet, but if you have it, you want to use it. This is what's replacing Flex, and Flex replaced Dynamic Creative. So I think Facebook's been saying for a long time they're going to get rid of Dynamic Creative, but they haven't officially sunsetted it yet because they haven't gotten its replacement to work properly. So for a long time that was Flex, but they could not get the reporting correct. So now they've pivoted to multi. And it seems like it's doing a lot better. I'm going to talk about how to break down where you can see which image, which text, which headline is leading to the results. But let's take a look. So I have multi-1, my face, and multi-2 abstract, and then I just put the date that I set things up. So my face performs well with my warm audience because you guys already know me. For people who don't know me as well, maybe my face isn't the thing that sells the product. That's why I do it both ways. And inside, as a multi-ad, you can see that I have 10 different creatives. The first 5 are images, and then I have 5 videos. And I recorded these videos as part of the course. I did them all in one take. All I did is turn the camera on. I just made sure that I was changing my outfit and location. And then I just said what I want to say, and I didn't edit it. Because right now Meta really likes proof of humanity. It likes messy, because with so much like hyper polished AI, people like seeing like authenticity a lot. And even ironically, the AI likes seeing that because people like it, and the AI is optimized to convert. So we have these 10 different images. So if you take a look at them, it's time for a Facebook ad strategy that actually understands Amazon. And we've got only on Kickstarter, and there's the Kickstarter logo. We've got the Facebook thumbs up, and then we've got me, a professional woman. In my pre-launch ads, I did a ton of testing, and I found that backers like it when I wear my glasses and when I wear red. So in a lot of these photos, I have glasses and I'm wearing red. And I continue to test that, but it's for whatever reason, that is the thing. So you'll notice I have a lot of red.
Hi. Hi.
I have a lot of red happening. One of these videos I took in my home gym and wearing professional clothes.
Hi. I'm Melissa
And if you,
Storm, and
one
I'm
second.
here in my home gym to make sure you know that if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
So I just dropped my weight and it slammed and I'm out of breath and like it sells, man. So first of all, that authenticity layer is huge. But in terms
Hello.
of creative, we've got tips, hints of who to target in the images and videos themselves. So the words that are there, and also the vibes and objects you see. So, we have me in an office. My assistant edited that to put me in an office. We've got a chili pepper for neurospicy. Since I have so many Steamy Romance authors, I'm good with it. And you can see I actually also
Hello, fellow
move
author.
around my
Hi,
house
I'm Melissa. Hi, I'm Melissa.
for different backgrounds because you also don't want your ads to look too similar because Facebook will decide they're the same ad. So if you do a bunch of videos where you're wearing the same outfit and you're sitting in the same place, Facebook won't understand that they're different and they will group them with what's called a creative similarity score. So when I did this set of 10 videos, I changed my outfit a few times. I changed whether my hair was up or down. I moved around my house and I went from sitting, standing, close up, leaning. I did all kinds of different stuff to really let Meta know that these are unique ads. And the ones that have done the best are the ones where I'm wearing the purple for the videos, red for photos, purple for videos. See, it's intentional. I'm wearing the same color purple for you guys. But yeah, it will take clues. So do I want the clues in my home gym? Maybe not, but it breaks the scroll. That's another thing. So you're balancing targeting with consumer psychology. When you see me sitting in my gym, there's one where I'm wearing a pink hat hiding my face. Like it's to get attention because it looks very different. So that's like a little quick word on visual engine optimization. This one you can see I'm like
Hi,
in a
I'm Melissa
classroom
Storm.
setting and I look kind of teacherly. I have a blackboard chalk wall that says welcome to Melissa's office and I'm holding my dog. Another place where you're going to be doing targeting is in the words, because whether or not you want to use AI for your creatives, copy, any of that, Meta is built on AI. That's what their algorithm is. Andromeda is their ads retrieval system that decides who sees what. And the AI is what decides. So you need to, in your ads, you need to communicate both with human readers and the AI algorithm, and you need to make them both happy, because if it's too much bot speak, readers won't like it. But if it's too like long excerpts, for example, that don't immediately hit on the tropes and vibes, the AI is not going to like that. It only parses about, I think like 400, 500 words before it just stops reading. So if you have a really long excerpt, it's not going to get the data in your call to action or your SEO block, which I'll show you in a second. You also want to make sure that your above the fold is really strong. Everything's changed since the Andromeda update hit. If you're staring at failing page, and then you have to click to see more. So you want to make sure that above the fold hook, what I call it, is very strong. And I do listicles with emojis. But we have a lot of real data, live launches, algorithmic mastery, direct strategies, Kindle Unlimited, transparency, Facebook groups, Kickstarter. Like we have a lot of keywords really heavy in here. And I have 5 different versions of the ad copy. And I do use Gemini, trained a bot to write copy like me. Here's all the best ads I've written. And then I still manually edit them, but it gives me so much more content. And this is really helpful because you can only get so far with your book description and reviews and excerpts. Like having this bang on keyword heavy that readers like, but that the algorithm likes and will serve is vital to how you target in 2026. Creative diversity, precise targeting system, psychographic reader profiling, age of AI, robot assistant, creative process, actionable video course, like it's so keyword packed. This is what works with book descriptions too, by the way, as long as it still feels organic. And then after that, we have 5 headlines. So for headlines, I'm looking for ones that fit here without getting cut off. Back the author ads Kickstarter. So this is about the length. I think it's like 20 something characters that fits before it gets cut off. and it will be ... So I don't like that to happen. But these also, headlines, lots of heavy duty keywords: meta ads, scale, royalty, author, ads, Kickstarter, proven launch strategies, backlist, revive, neurospicy, like a lot going on. And then the biggest part of how to target. So if I had to say 3 tips for how to target in 2026, tip 1 is to use the value rule stack in advertising settings, which is a more advanced technique, which I will cover in depth. And if it's requested as a mini lesson, I will figure out how to cover it quickly. Number 2 is visual engine optimization. You can't use the same image or video or type of image and video nonstop. You need to mix it up so Facebook knows it's different, and to give clues. So when I wear red and glasses, I look smart and authoritative. I assume that's what's going on, which is why it works for images. And when I wear this color lavender, I look so pretty and likable and nice. And since I'm talking, I guess this kind of more fits my like mentor buddy persona. And the red is like my power leader persona. So one is appealing in images and one is appealing in videos. Right now I'm sitting in my living room I've got an open floor plan. You can see my high-end kitchen. I'm sitting here because I want to sit here, but it also kind of works because with this, the product is, a successful career and stuff. So me sitting in a nice home, that looks good. I wouldn't probably do this for readers. I would go be with my nerd stuff in my purple office where you can see all my cosplay weapons. But this more neutral professional background is going to hit you guys more than my fantasy readers who want the cosplay weapons. And if I'm doing something for my cozy mystery audience, I'm going to have my cat. I am like 100% my cat and a cup of tea. So keeping those things in mind, somebody did ask on the campaign, what do you do for VEO if you don't have props? You can do trope graphics, put your book on a fancy bookshelf, and make sure the books near it are comp titles, not whatever looks good thematically or color-wise. Like if you write romantasy, have ACOTAR and Fourth Wing visible on the shelf because Meta will pick it up and they'll use that to target. And like my kitchen, how does my kitchen express book ads? But it is hitting like successful professional. So it's still the right vibe, and Meta's going to pick all of that out, and it's going to use it to kind of determine, like, it's probably going to hit people in a slightly higher income bracket because of the background in the video with the kitchen. I could see it really clearly if I did it as image ads, because here this is actually not going to be an ad at all, and I'm a tiny bubble and we have a dashboard, so they might use more of the dashboard to figure out how to target. Like, oh, she's talking about Facebook ads. Like, okay, let's find people who want to learn about Facebook ads from somebody sitting in the kitchen wearing a lovely lavender top. But the SEO blocks here, I have a very specific formula that I will teach you in the course, but we start with kind of a little bit semi-natural sounding, but the SEO block is where I really let the bot sound like a bot, because readers aren't going to see this. Readers see the main text, and because my headline is double, this doesn't show to the readers, but the algorithm absolutely reads it. So we've got kind of like the value prop, just in case it's ever exposed as they move things around. I still want it to sound fairly good. Then we have my targeting. So Gemini wrote this for me, and I don't even read it once I know it understands the product because it's so dense. But it's like, okay, authors who want this product, they're in 20 books to 50K, self-publishing formula, Mark Dawson, Brian Cohen, David Gaughran, Chris Fox, Mallory Cooper, Tammy Lebrecht, Michael Anderle. Those are all great comps, sure. And then we have, because that's who else authors learn from and trust. And then we've got a lot of more value props. And then, so in fiction, this is where I put the tropes and microtropes stack. But here for nonfiction, we're hitting more comps and keywords. So we've got Kindle Unlimited growth, meta ad strategy, Amazon rank scaling, psychographic targeting, backlist series revival, live launch case studies, Andromeda update survival, and indie author career longevity. So bang, 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 bang. This is the main area we're doing targeting. So this does the most heavy lifting. This is telling Facebook who to get. The value rules, which I mentioned in the ad set level, that is if you're getting the wrong people on your ads and you need to refine it further. So if you're a romance reader, you definitely want to do a down bid on men by 90%, which is the max. Because even if you exclude them, Meta will still auto expand. And if you have sexy images, Meta's going to show it to men because they're going to comment. And right now, Meta doesn't really differentiate between if it's a positive or a negative comment. And then the VEO kind of just harmonizes everything. And I think the VEO is the fun part. So just think about it. Like, try to look at your ad apart from yourself. And what does this tell me? Like, what do I think about this lady in red with the glasses? She's kind of dorky, like, honestly. And that's true. So try to look at it from a third party perspective, or do a swap with a friend who does ads. And what is this saying? And promise not to get mad at each other. It's really important that your cover is bang on for your genre and professional and polished. But if you only use your book cover every time you run ads, it's going to stop working. You really...
From your calendar, Megan visits to clean starts in 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes, Megan is visiting to clean. So, yay, real life, unscripted. This is how we do the lessons. Usually I don't have the calendar pinging in because I usually record at 6 a.m. before anyone else is awake, including Alexa. But this is how you target. You're going to consider the words you're using. You're going to use this SEO block hack. It's the description field, knowing that Meta's algorithm reads it, but your readers aren't going to see it. This is where you are going to pack in your comps, and not just authors and books, but what other media, TV shows, movies, video games, clothing brands, lifestyle things, influencers. Who is your audience obsessed with? Put it there. And then hit your tropes and micro tropes, keyword heavy, all in that block. Nice and done. And then you're going to want creative diversity, knowing that Facebook is scanning your images and videos and learning about you and your customer from the images and videos. And you want a really big mix, which I'll talk about a lot in the course, how to get so many different creatives without going insane. So that's the mini lesson. This one ran a little long because it was the first and I had a lot to share. I hope it was helpful. Tell me what you want to learn next. Bye.